We are live. All right, guys. This is Critics Wrestling here. We got a few topics to talk about today. We got a video for AEW coming out shortly, within the next few days here. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. Today, we're gonna be covering. Let's see. We got the Velveteen Dream allegations. We have Impact Revolution. We have Carl and Luke Gallows potentially going back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. And Cain Velasquez and his current status in WWE. So, I want to start with this. Velveteen Dream. He has allegations put up against him. I didn't read too much into it, but knowing these types of things more often than not, the alleged criminal was very typically guilty in these cases, but I haven't read the full complaint. I don't know if Velveteen's innocent or guilty, but I will say this. Velveteen Dream's career is pretty much over in WWE. He's been trying, just barely got over with the fans. And when he got over, he got over. But he hasn't exceeded that sense. One of the best wrestlers in NXT, don't get me wrong. But I think at this point, it's a no-go. His career's been struggling, and, these allegations are not going to help. I don't think this is the type of thing WWE wants in their locker room, and so I think they're just going to do what they do and go the opposite way with this. That's all I really have to say about that. There's really not a whole lot else you can say, at least until we have further detail, etc. So, Impact Wrestling Revolution. Now, for those of you that watch Impact Wrestling, I'm sure 95% of you were impressed with this. Sami Callihan versus Ken Shamrock. That was an amazing match. Ken Shamrock shouldn't have got put over. Sami Callihan is arguably one of the best wrestlers in the entire wrestling world. Sami Callihan has proven himself time and time again. Go watch the video on the podcast with Chris Van Vliet with Sami Callihan. He's a great wrestler. Very passionate about what he does. I wouldn't have put Ken Shamrock over, but congratulations to him anyway. Ace Austin loses the X Division Championship. Surprisingly, to be honest with you. Not a whole lot else going on. That sums up Revolution. There's a couple good matches. There's a couple, Overall, it's a little more than what you would expect from a normal Impact event. Then we got Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows going back to New Japan Pro Wrestling, potentially. If you ask me, I'm going to say yes. Now, most of the people in the buzz, they're going to use this as clickbait. They're going to say Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows go to AEW Wrestling. You got to remember, all right, these two, that would be a huge and a really good thing for them to do. But you got to remember, at the end of the day, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, there's nothing in AEW. Yeah, they've worked with a couple of guys there, but they've also worked with a couple of guys that are in WWE. They've worked with a couple of guys that are in NXT, Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan. It only makes sense. Carl Anderson's got a family, and his wife is actually from Japan. She's got family in Japan. They're going back to New Japan Pro Wrestling, arguably one of the best companies in the world. No questions asked, if you ask me. I don't see them going anywhere else but in New Japan. This for me is obvious. Just look at his Instagram story. He's not interested in AEW. He's not interested in Impact. He's not interested in anywhere but New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he's peaked at. I mean, I'm very confident in this. Let me know in the comments. Just, explain why you see him going where he would, other than New Japan Pro Wrestling, if you disagree. And last but not least, Cain Velasquez has been released from WWE's promotion. Not surprised. Not a whole lot to say about this. Cain Velasquez, he was a one and done. Thank you for the entertainment. It was really exciting to see you, and a lot of people were pulling for you to beat Brock Lesnar. You just, especially after that loss, you really didn't have a career going for yourself. Same thing with Rob Gronkowski. He'll be out of there eventually, if you ask me. You have to do it to do it, just to build that reputation and that name for yourself. So congratulations to you. You did it. You came to WWE. You put on a performance. And so long. Hope the best for you. And, I mean, that's that. But these are the only topics that I'm going to discuss today. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you request or if there's anything that I missed. This is Critics Wrestling. So long, fellas.